Hey guys, Very Legit Jared here, and today we're going to be going over a very common Facebook interview question that they might ask in a technical interview. We're going to go through, we're going to answer, test it. I've been through the entire Facebook interview process. I've received a full-time offer from them, so hopefully I can help you guys get the same thing. So, without further ado, this is a Facebook question, something Facebook might care about in an interview. So, let's see what they would ask. Facebook would ask, say you have an array where the ith element corresponds to the profit to be gained by promoting a hate speech post on day I. Okay. Facebook also has to condemn said hate speech post on a later day. I don't know why they condemn it if they already tried to profit from it. Maybe they're just trying to hold on to some sliver of a public image. I don't know why that's not the question. The question is here. It's design an algorithm to find which days Facebook should promote and condemn the hate speech post in order to maximize profits. For simplicity, Facebook can only promote one day. Okay, cool. Let's just look at an example. Leader of the Proud Boys creates a post claiming the Holocaust never happened, #HoloHoax. Okay, cool. So that's the hate speech post. The input would be these. This is the profit to be gained on various days consecutively, and then this is the output. Okay, so the output is indexed by 0 here, so it would be 20. So that's the highest profit that you can get in this, and then you would want to condemn that post on index 4, which is right here. So that's 3. So that's the lowest. So promoting that hate speech on day 1, starting at 0, and then condemning it on day 4 is where you can maximize that profit for hate speech. Okay, so first thing that comes to mind, I always want to just, if you have a brute force answer, just say that out loud real quick in these interviews. They like to hear that, which is you have 2 for loops, you loop over every index every day, and you say you loop this and you compare it to differences with each other day, and then you just store the highest difference. That, however, doesn't seem like the best solution. That would be O of n squared time complexity if n is the length of the array. If Facebook doesn't have time to prevent race riots in other countries, then they probably don't have time for O of n squared algorithms. So let's try to find an O of n algorithm. So what we want to do is we want to think about this. We want to find the maximum, and then we want to find the greatest difference after you find the maximum. So we want to go through and find, okay, 7, 20, okay, we got a max here. Then we're going to say, okay, 5, compare that difference. We're going to go down more to 13, compare that difference, or 13, compare that difference to 3. Okay, this is a big profit here. And then, okay, so this would be the maximum profit from day 20 to 3. If we go to 4, that's, okay, so this, the 4 to the 20, that's a smaller difference from the 3 to the 20. So that's going to be our answer. So the idea here is just to find the maximum and then start comparing the differences to the maximum value. So let's get started. So max profit, we're just going to start with some variables, is going to equal to, we would just want a variable to start. When it's a max, you want to get the smallest possible number, so negative infinity, max profit, and then max profit difference. So max profit is a profit for a single day, and max profit difference is over whatever time period. So that is going to be equal to 0, which means we can't profit anyway. We don't condemn or we don't promote, whatever. It's not really Facebook style, but that's just what the solution would be in that case. So let's loop through this array. So for I in range lane profits, if profits at I is greater than max profit, so that means we just found a maximum, then we're going to say, okay, so max profit is equal to profits at I. Okay. Else if, so that's the case where we're looking for a maximum. If we have a maximum, we're starting to compare differences, then we're going to do this. We're going to say, okay, so else if max profit minus profits at I is greater than max profit difference. I'm just going to call this diff. Max profit diff. Then what we want to do is we want to store that max profit diff. So max profit diff is going to be equal to max profits minus profits at I. Cool. All right. So that's how we get the maximum profit difference. But that's not what they're asking for here. There's one more step in this. They want the day they should promote the hate speech and the day they should condemn the hate speech. So we're just going to need two more variables here. This is an easy addition. So promote index is going to be equal to 0, and then condemn index is going to be equal to 0. And so if we find the maximum, we're going to say, okay, that's the promote index. We want to promote on the maximum profits. Equals I, and then we want to condemn where it costs Facebook the least amount of money. Not morally, just cash-wise. So that is going to be equal to I. And then what we want to do is we want to return the promote index, and the condemn index. Cool. So let's just go through and test this before we actually run it. I think that's how it would go in an actual interview. So this is a cool way I like to test. I just like to comment what the variables are, and I like to go through the loop and change them. So I to start is going to be equal to 0, and then so profits at I is going to be equal to, we're going to do it for this input, so 7. So it's going to start as a 7. So if profits at I, so 7 is greater than max profit, negative infinity, yes. Then we're going to say that max profit is going to be equal to profits at I. So that's 7, and then promote index is going to be 0. Index. All right, so then we're going to go through again. So now we have I is 1, and profits is 20. So is 20 greater than 7? Yes. So we're going to go in here. We're going to change that to 20. P index is going to be 1. We're going to go back through. We're going to change I to 2. And this is going to be 5. So is 5 greater than 20? No. Let's get into this if statement. So if max profit minus profits, so 20 minus 5 is 15 is greater than difference, which is 0. Yes. So we're going to say max profit diff is now 15. Or, oh, yep, here's a problem. It should be max profit diff. Profit diff is going to be equal to 15, and the condemn index is going to be equal to, what we're on, I equals 2. I equals 2. Okay, cool. So, let's get this over a little bit so you can see it. Okay, so now we're going to go through I equals 3, and this is going to be equal to 13. 13 is not greater than 20. Let's keep going. Is 20 minus 13 is 7 greater than 15? No, so we'll keep going. So I is going to be equal to 4. Profits at I is going to be equal to 3. 3 is not greater than 20, but however, 20 minus 3 is 17. That is greater than 15, so we're going to change this to 17, and we're going to change our index to 4, because that's what we're on. We're on I equals 4 right now. And then we're going to keep going to I equals 5, last one. We're almost there. That is 4. We do not go into this if statement. Max profit, which is 20 minus profits at is 4, so 16. Is 16 greater than 17? No. So we're going to finish it up here in this for loop. We're going to go down here, and we're going to return. We're going to return P equals promote index 1 and 4. Great. So let's just run that and see if that works out. Sweet. Awesome. So we got the right answer there. So this is an example of something that you might see at Facebook, something that Facebook would care about, how to profit off of hate speech. So if you have a better solution, let me know in the comments. If you have any other ideas of how to go about solving this, how to go about testing this, I'm sure everyone watching this would love to hear it. So comment below, make sure to subscribe for further videos, and good luck in that interview.